Greetings, General. Your reputation precedes you. It is a pity we could not meet under better circumstances.
Are you ape or human?
Neither. I am doomed. Hey guys, what's up? In today's episode we're gonna talk about the second issue of the Fantastic Four in the Planet of the Apes. So where we left off last time, during the trial, Cornelius, Zira, Dr. Zaius and General Ursus gained the powers of Marvel's first family, which of course completely shocked the other apes. The council immediately ordered the guards to apprehend them, but Dr. Zaius was like, "Don't you dare," and he's literally channeling the Thing's personality here. And then we see Zira using Sue Storm's powers. She creates a force field and sends the soldiers flying, and after that Dr. Zaius suggests that they should not resist and should simply comply with the guards. Meanwhile, our beloved heroes are sent back to their cells. At the same time, the Red Ghost is plotting to stir up conflict by manipulating the other apes living outside Ape City. He tells them that the apes inside city are welcoming humans and even teaching them how to speak, while those living beyond the city's borders are left to suffer through droughts. On top of that, more and more humans arrive each day and steal whatever is left. And by the way, these are the same wild humans we see throughout the Planet of the Apes movie franchise. Above all, Ape City has betrayed the sacred scrolls given by the lawgiver, which contain a strongly anti-human doctrine. For example, here's an excerpt from 29 Scroll verse 6. "Beware the Beastman, for he is the devil's pawn. Alone among God's primates, he kills for sport or lust or greed." Now let's get back to Marvel's first family. Not only are they locked up, but so are Zira and Cornelius. If you watch the movies, you already know why only Zira and Cornelius are imprisoned, but for those who have not, here's a simple breakdown of the Apes hierarchy. At the top are the orangutans, the ruling class. They hold the highest political and religious authority and serve as the defenders of the faith. Below them are the chimpanzees, who represent science. Unlike the orangutans, they don't blindly follow religious doctrine. They are skeptical, free-thinking, and constantly searching for answers. Because of that, they are often viewed with suspicion and aren't the most well-liked class in Ape Society. Then there are the gorillas. They are considered the least intelligent class and serve as the military, police force, and labor caste. They are known for their immense strength, size, and aggressive nature. Although they occupy the lowest rank in society, their unquestioning loyalty makes them easy for the orangutans to manipulate. As a result, the gorillas are politically and militarily aligned with the ruling class, while the more progressive chimpanzees remain marginalized. And it's no surprise that the smartest man alive figures this out almost immediately. When Ben Grimm asks Zira and Cornelius why they are locked up with them, Reed simply replies, "They are chimpanzees, that's why they are imprisoned." Now let's move to the cabinet room, where Dr. Zaius stands before a tribunal led by President Gaius, discussing the situation through the sacred scrolls. Then the dialogue goes like this. President Gaius says, "There is no mention of such a thing in the sacred scrolls. In times of uncertainty, it is up to this tribunal to interpret the teachings of the great lawgiver. Is this a test or a plague brought upon our houses by the humans?" And then Dr. Zaius responds, "But do the scrolls not say that there is a plan, a divine providence to all things? I dare not think of the alternative." And it's quite funny how the lawgiver's teachings seem to contradict each other throughout this exchange. And suddenly, General Ursus barges in, announcing that there's an urgent matter. When he's asked what it is, he simply replies with a smirk, "War." Outside, we see the siege launched by the Red Ghost. As the situation escalates, Dr. Zaius swallows his pride and together with General Ursus heads to the cells where the Fantastic Four are being held. There, he suggests they work together and escape Ape City. And Reed Richards responds, "If you are restored to your former selves and we are gone, these apes would have no reason to lay siege to the city. Your hierarchy could be restored." And General Ursus then raises a fair point. How are they supposed to do that when their so-called technology has been destroyed. That's when Zero remembers there's still a spaceship resting underwater, the very ship that Taylor, also known as Bright Eyes, used to return to Earth. Dr. Zaius ultimately decides to free the Fantastic Four, and together they set out to find Taylor's spacecraft. As they travel through the secret tunnel beneath the city that Zero suggested, she explains that the apes had once encountered a talking human before. When Reed asks what became of him, Zero replies, "No one knows. We fear he is lost forever." Based on that line, this story takes place at the point in the timeline when Taylor has already departed with Noah. And I love the next scene, by the way. Dr. Zaius laments that the lawgiver has abandoned him, forcing him to cooperate with humans. And then Ben Grimm quotes Samuel's book, chapter 16, verse 7. "But the Lord said to Samuel, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." And Dr. Zaius' immediate response is blasphemy. So we know Ben Grimm is Jewish, right? And Dr. Zaius casually calls one of Earth's oldest religious scriptures blasphemy. Eventually, they arrive at their destination. Johnny Storm dives underwater to inspect the spaceship. As he descends, he spots the American flag. Swimming inside, he discovers the corpse of Eve, who never survived the journey back to her home planet. Afterward, the group discusses how to raise the spaceship, and the most practical solution is for Zira to use Sue's powers to lift it from the water. And then exactly what I expected to happen way earlier finally happens. General Ursus declares that his powers are a gift from the lawgiver and that there is no reason to reverse them. He flames on and takes to the sky, but since he still can't fully control his new abilities, he crashes back to the ground and immediately gets punched by one of the Red Ghost super apes. And then we see that Dr. Doom has arrived on the planet of the apes. He approaches General Ursus with a proposal, and of course is to destroy the Fantastic Four. So in the next issue, we'll most likely see Dr. Doom and the Red Ghost joining forces with the gorillas. That's it for today. Stay tuned, guys, and don't miss my review of the next issue. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.